Hello everyone, here we will see about the additive mixing and the subtractive mixing. You can see here the diagram. First one is additive color mixing. It means what? Here we know about primary and the secondary color. So red, green, blue. These we are taking as a primary color and we are supposed to mix this color. So you will get the magenta, cyan and the yellow. These we will get, and this color we can say as a complementary colors. You can see here our first diagram in which you will get, if we are mixing red color with green color, you will get the yellow color. If we are mixing green with blue, you will get the green plus blue will become a cyan color. If we are mixing red and blue, we will get the magenta color. So for that you will have to use one formula, that for the additive mixing. So if you see, if we are mixing these primary colors, you will get white, that is nothing but 100%. So you can say white equal to 30% red plus 0.59, or if we are writing in the percentage, you can say 59% of a green color and 11% of a blue color. If you will add 59, 11, 3, that will be exactly 100. So you can make the formula for the remaining, like 70%, how you will get? Green 59 plus blue 11. By mixing these two percentage, you will get the 70%, that is we are saying as a cyan color. So here we can say about subtractive color mixing, in which we are supposed to subtract one color from the another. So as we have just seen, we will get the complementary color by mixing the primary color. So here you will require the primary color. So what we can do, if we are subtracting red color from a white color, you can see here the diagram. If we are subtracting red color from a white color, you will get the cyan color. If we are subtracting green color from white, we will get the magenta. And if we are subtracting yellow from white, you will get the yellow is our primary. So you are supposed to subtract complementary. So here we can subtract blue color from white, so we will get the yellow color. So here you can see the diagram, and by like this we can do the subtractive color mixing. So now we can see here about the chromatopsia diagram. So as we are saying, we can do the additive and the subtractive mixing, that we can say as a three color theory, because here we are using three colors: red, yellow, red, green and the blue. By using this we can mix this, we will get the complementary. And if we are subtracting any complementary from other complementary, you will get the primary color. So we can say these colors has three characteristics to specify its visual information. So which property you will require? You will require its saturation, its luminance, or you can say that as a brightness also. And you will require its tint, or you can say a hue. So here for brightness we can say luminance or brightness. This is the amount of light intensity which you will get perceived by eyes regardless of the color. So here if we are talking about the tint or the hue, you can say it is the predominant spectral color of the received light. And saturation, you can say that is the spectral purity of a color light. So saturation will indicate how little color is diluted by the white color. So you will get the hue plus saturation, that is nothing but a chrominance. So here we can see about the chromaticity diagram. So you can see it is a convenient space coordinate representation of all these spectral colors and their mixtures also. So based on the tri-stimulus value of primary colors, you will get here two-dimensional representation of hue and saturation. If three-dimensional representation you are supposed to draw, you will require another axis, that is we can say as a z-axis, which will give us the brightness. So we are saying three characteristics: brightness, hue and the saturation. If we are taking only hue and the saturation, hue and saturation we can take two-dimensional. And if we are supposed to take three characteristics, we are supposed to consider its brightness also. You will require there a z-axis, third axis. So you can see here the diagram. You can say it is a convenient space coordinate representation of all spectral colors and their mixed. So here you will get the compositive, it means complementary as well as the primary colors. So you can say this diagram chromaticity you will get by all rainbow colors, which we can arrange in a horseshoe shaped triangular curve, and the corner represents the three primary colors. These are nothing but red, green and blue. You can see जो triangle के corner है, these are representing the primary colors. And the central area of a triangular curve is approached, the color become desaturated, which will represent the mixing of color of white light. So you can say if we are using the chromaticity diagram, we can determine the result of additive of any two or the more colors by the geometric construction. And the color diagram contains all the color of equal brightness. So here, if we are supposed to represent the brightness, you will require third axis, that we can say as a Z axis. You can see another the same diagram which we have seen here, additive and subtractive mixing. Only they are showing in the form of rainbow also, how you will get the different color by mixing, additive mixing. So here if you see, this is nothing but the same. Which one? It is a chromaticity diagram. They are showing जो corner जो colors है, these are nothing but the red, blue and the green. And जो middle में होता है, you will get there the whitish area. So you can see. Now we can talk about the color TV receiver. So here you can say it will consist of AFC circuit. After that you can see there we are using there a automatic fine tuning. So it can automatically use to minimize the mistuning, particularly to high frequency. So here we can produce amplification of the sound carrier. So you will get there 920 kilohertz interference between the chroma and the sound carrier. If we are adjusting a receiver to too low frequency, then there you will get the insufficient gain. So that will be in the IF amplifier at the chroma subcarrier frequency, and output will be lacking in a color. So the AFT circuit, that is nothing but we can say a automatic fine tuning. So it will basically consist of 45 to 75 megahertz filter, whose output we are giving to the phase discriminator. So here we are using a, you can see, we are using here VHF, very high frequency tuner, preamplifier, the sawtooth, VIF, video determinations. These you can see here. Analog television receiver will need RF tuner. It will require video IF amplifier, video detector, sound processing section, SAW filter, PAL D-matrix, video drive sections, deflection sections, RF tuner, Yagi antenna, horizontal oscillator, vertical oscillator and the SMPS. So we will see all these things. You can see firstly the diagram. Here if you see these RGB, these are nothing but the colors which we are getting. So after that you can see here we are using the AF stages. We are using their demodulator. We are using their sound detector. So now you can say RF tuner. It will select the channel to be received by switching pre-tuned circuit in the RF stage in the oscillator, and it will match the impedance of line at its input and amplifies it into a maintain good signal to noise ratio. So here it will give higher noise immunity. It converts radio frequency into a intermediate frequency by mixing with local oscillator frequency to feed into a VIF amplifier. For multi-stage VIF amplifier, you can say it will be used in the conjunction with the surface acoustic wave. SAW is nothing but surface acoustic wave filter, and a preamplifier which will require high control gain. For VSB receptions, it amplifies picture, color, subcarrier, IF at 50 Hz, sound intermediate frequency 33.4 MHz. So at 5 to 10% of the peak amplifications, you will get the range of frequency that is from 35 to 38 MHz. For video detector, what it will do? It will extract the video signal from the modulated IF. You can see from the modulated IF, it will go to the video detector. So it will extract the video signal from the modulated IF and the diode detector. It is commonly used to demodulate the amplitude modulated video if the signal by the rectifications. So after that you can see about the synchronous video IF detections. It will work on sampling principle to overcome the non-linearities and the harmonics. So the amplitude modulations you will get by sampling theorem, by limiting the carrier and selecting the pure carrier by tuned resonant circuit. And the video modulated signal carrier is sampled by pure unmodulated carrier. So here for the sound separation and the processor, sound IF signal which you will get at the 33.4 MHz. It is taken off at the output of the second video IF stage by means of the tuned circuit which feeds into a diode detector. So here the VIF and the SIF, these are heterodyne in this detector to produce the different frequency, and the intercarrier SIF at the 5.5 MHz. So we can say here you will get the composite color video, composite video signal. That is, we can multiply and we can amplify that or composite video signal, and it will pass on to the luminance channel for amplifications of the monochrome signal and to chroma sections. Luminance channel which will provide the normal video amplification for the monochrome signal with the facility of the contrast. For the synchronous detection, we can say the U and V signal from the PAL D-matrix are applied to two synchronous demodulator, and it will passes only the signals that are in phase with two quadrature phase with the two quadrature phase difference. For the video drive sections, we can say the U and V signal obtained at the output of the synchronous detector. And here We can amplify the signals by the relative gain factor of 1.14 for V channel to get back us red to yellow or to get back us blue to yellow channel. And here deletion circuit which will do synchronization separation of horizontal and a vertical oscillator that drive the horizontal and vertical coil generation of EST, the focus anode and the other auxiliary voltages. So now you can see here about the frequency. We are using the frequency that is nothing but VIF, that is we can take the value from 38.9 megahertz and SIF value it will be approximate equal to 33.4 megahertz. So now you can see here about the frequency, color subcarrier, intercarrier SIF, we can take the value as 4.43 and the 5.5 megahertz. So if we are using the PAL system, phase error cancellations. So you can see here, if we are doing the phase error cancellations, at that time phase errors are rectified in the PAL system. So if you see, there are three basic TV systems. These are nothing but PAL, NTSC and the SECAM, SECAM. So we can say the SECAM and PAL, these owe a lot to the NTSC system. And the color we can determine by the phase of signal. NTSC system affect the phase error which are present on the color of picture. So here we can say, if we are saying about the PAL system, here phase error are rectified. So you can see here the diagram for the phase error cancellation and for the PAL system swinging burst. So here we are taking to keep subcarrier oscillator synchronized, and to synchronize phase alternator you will require there a swinging burst. So if we are taking typical color of circle diagram, you can see here we are taking the different colors. So we can say the different color circle diagram which will give us the representation of different color signal, and it will also give us the idea about the phase angle of each. Phi is nothing but the phase angle. So here we are taking, you can take the different any colors. They are taking their red, yellow. So you can take primary any and you can take the some complementary which you will get. So here you can say you will require there for the PAL system, PAL encoder as well as PAL decoder. So if we are using the simple PAL system, what we are saying here, when we will require the PAL system, at that time this will give us the arrangement of the R and Y axis. So when phase error will occur, it automatically introduces equal but opposite phase difference in the alternate lines. So in the simple PAL system, switching effect will produces alternate lines in some other color which is displayed on the picture tube. And if we are alternating two color mixing, it means we can say if we are mixing to alternate color by our own eyes, you will get the true color which will be visible to our eyes. So this is the partial inbuilt protection against the phase error with the simple PAL system. So you can see here the diagram. Now we will see about the PAL encoder and the PAL decoder. So you can see the diagram. PAL encoder which will consist of matrix. You are giving there the primary color. After that you will get output of matrix to the adder, low pass filter, which we are giving to the delay line and the balance modulator and the balance. You can see we are using the two modulators. After that we are mixing these, because 2-1 you will get the subcarrier also. By switching the signal you will give to the balanced modulator, and output of adder you will give to the video amplifier and the harmonic filter. So you will get that at the transmitter side. We will see the explanation in the next class. Thank you.